day. Let's see. Super. Zipper chats. Bam. Dance party. Sorry, another go. Bam. Okay, real quick. YouTube. One sec. One sec. Okay, now time to start reading. Okay. Exodus 37. Exodus 37. Exodus 37. Exodus. Huh. Wow. Exodus is. Seems like Exodus is shorter than I remember. Exodus 37. How many more chapters are there left in this book? What the heck? Man, Exodus is a short book. Never realized that. Okay, so Exodus 37 through 40. And it's 5. He also made a screen for the tabernacle door of blue, purple, and scarlet thread and fine woven linen made by a weaver. And its 5 pillars with their hooks, and he overlaid their capitals and their rings with gold, but their 5 sockets were bronze. Your local Goofy, I'm back. Hey, welcome back. Okay, 50 loops. Yep, I remember reading this. 5 and fine woven linen made by a weaver, and its 5 pillars with their hooks, and he overlaid their capitals and their rings with gold, but their 5 sockets were bronze. Hello, how are you this evening? I'm pretty good, Dreamer Who. Now, time for chapter 37. How about yourself? Then Bezalel, yeah, his name reminds me of Kal-El, Superman. Then Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood. 2.5 cubits was its length, a cubit and a half its width, and a cubit and a half its height. He overlaid it with pure gold inside and outside, and made a molding of gold all around it. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold to be set in its 4 corners, 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other side of it. He made poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. And he put the poles into the rings at the sides of the ark to bear the ark. He also made the mercy seat of pure gold. 2.5 cubits was its length, and a cubit and a half its width. He made 2 cherubim of beaten gold. He made them of one piece at the 2 ends of the mercy seat. 1 cherub at one end on this side, another cherub at the other end on that side. He made the cherubim at the 2 ends of one piece with the mercy seat. The cherubim spread out their wings above and covered the mercy seat with their wings. They faced one another. The faces of the cherubim were toward the mercy seat. He made the table of acacia wood. 2 cubits was its length, and a cubit was 2 cubits was its length, a cubit its width, and a cubit and a half its height. And he overlaid it with pure gold and made a molding of gold around it. Also he made a frame of a handbreadth all around it, and made a molding of gold for the frame all around it. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings on the 4 corners that were at its four legs. The rings were close to the frame as holders for the poles to bear the table. And he made the poles of Akai wood. And he made the poles of Akai wood to bear the table, and overlaid them with gold. He made of pure gold the utensils which were on the table, its dishes, its cups, its bowls, and its pitchers for pouring. He also made the lampstand of pure gold. Of hammered work he made the lampstand, its shaft, its branches, its bowls, its ornamental knobs, and its flowers were of the same piece. And 6 branches came out of its side. Three branches of the lampstand out of one side, and 3 branches of the lampstand out of the other side. There were 3 bowls made like almond blossoms on one branch, with an ornamental knob and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almond blossoms on the other branch, with an ornamental knob and a flower. And so for the 6 branches coming out of the lampstand, and on the lampstand itself were 4 bowls made like almond blossoms, each with its ornamental knob and flower. There was a knob under the first 2 branches of the same, a knob under the second 2 branches of the same, and a knob under the third 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches extending from it. Their knobs and their branches were of one piece. All of it was one hammered piece of pure gold. And he made its 7 lamps, its wick trimmers, and its trays of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold he made it with all its utensils. He made the incense altar of Akai wood. Its length was a cubit, and its width a cubit. It was a square, and 2 cubits was its height. Its horns were of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with pure gold, its top, its sides, all around, and its horns. He also made for it a molding of gold all around it. He made 2 rings of gold for it, under its molding, by its 2 corners on both sides, as holders for the poles with which to bear it. And he made the poles of Akai wood, and overlaid them with gold. He also made the holy anointment. He also made the holy anointing oil, and the pure incense of sweet spices, according to the work of the perfumer. Whew, okay. A lot of details. Okay, now let's read the comments. Hey, I'm back. Hey, Goofy. Dreamer, how are you doing this evening? Great. Steve Chesclane said hi. Nice. Morgan Higley said hi. Hi. James said, hey, Shelby. What up? I'm playing Smash Bros. Ultimate. Good for you, buddy. I'm playing Nintendo Switch Lite. Nice. I love Naruto in the back. Ah, good taste. Good taste. James, you finished reading the Bible? I know, I still have 2 more chapters left. And then I think I'm almost done with I think I may be done with Exodus after that. Ozzy the Great said hi. Ozzy said, I love anime. So do I, buddy. James, I have a Naruto book. Nice. Blood Reaper said Naruto is epic. Yes, he is. Good taste, gang. Good taste. Okay, now time for who's your favorite Naruto character? As a kid, it was definitely Naruto, but now as I'm getting older, he's still my favorite because I relate to him. But honestly, Sasuke, I can really see why he was the way he was. Like after losing his family like that, and yeesh, yeah, all the trauma he went through, and the village being behind all his problems all along. Yeah, I get why he turned evil. I like Nagato, aka Pain. Ah, that's a good one. What is your fave Naruto character? Oh yeah, Blood Reaper. Yours is Itachi. Nice. Yeah, everyone. Comment your favorite anime character. Now, time for chapter 38. Chapter 38. Yo, it's me, Isaiah again, bro. How you doing? Bro, you helped me with my prom today. I went to school with the big smile. Oh, good for you. Yeah, you're the guy who, don't tell me, you liked a girl, but she liked your friend, right? Yeah, I'm glad I was able to help, buddy. Okay, now, I just, thanks, Ozzy the Great. You're great for that. Okay, now, let's do it. Okay, now, Maybe a little bit over. Yes. Ah, good. Glad to see you back, Ozzy. Okay. Chapter 38. By the way, tell me everything that happened, Isaiah. He made the altar burnt. Okay, chapter 38. He also made the holy anointing oil and the pure incense of sweet spices according to the work of the perfumer. He made the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood. 5 cubits was its length, and 5 cubits its width. It was square, and its height was 3 cubits. He made its horns on its 4 corners. The horns were of one piece with it, and he overlaid it with bronze. He made all the utensils for the altar: the pans, the shovels, the basins, the forks, and the fire pans. All its utensils he made of bronze, and he made a grate of bronze network for the altar under its rim. Midway from the bottom, he cast 4 rings for the 4 corners of the bronze grating as holders for the poles, and he made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. Then he put the poles into the rings on the sides of the altar with which to bear it. He made the altar hollow with boards. He made the laver of bronze and its base of bronze from the bronze mirrors of the serving women who assembled at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. Then he made the court on the south side. The hangings of the court were of fine woven linen, 100 cubits long. There were 20 pillars for them, with 20 bronze sockets. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver. On the north side, the hangings were 100 cubits long, with 20 pillars and their 20 bronze sockets. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver. And on the west side, there were west side there were hangings of 50 cubits with 10 pillars and their 10 sockets. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver. For the east side, the hangings were 50 cubits. The hangings of one side of the gate were 15 cubits long, with their 3 pillars and their 3 sockets. Whew, these details really bore me a lot. The 3 pillars and their 3 sockets, and the same for the other side of the court gate. On this side and that were hangings of 15 cubits with their 3 pillars and their 3 sockets. All the hangings of the court all around were of fine woven linen. The sockets for the pillars were bronze. The hooks of the pillars and their bands were silver, and the overlay of their capitals was silver. And all the pillars of the court had bands of silver. The screen for the gate of the court was woven of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and of fine woven linen. The length was 20 cubits, and the height along its width was 5 cubits, corresponding to the hanging of the court. And there were 4 pillars with their 4 sockets of bronze. Their hooks were silver, and the overlay of their capitals and their bands was silver. All the pegs of the tabernacle and of the courts all around were bronze. This is the inventory of the tabernacle of the testimony, which was counted according to the commandment of Moses, for the service of the Levites by the hand of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. Whew, man, that takes a lot out of you. Whew, a lot of words. Be right back. Okay, that should brighten things up. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see. Let's see. Where was I? Okay, where was I? Aaron. I remember something about Aaron. Where was I? There were 20 pillars, yada yada. Sockets, yada yada. Come on, just look for Aaron. Where did I last leave off? He made all utensils, 3 cubits. He made the altar hollow with boards. He made the laver of bronze. And he made the court on the south side. Things of the court were the 5 women woven. There were 20 pillars. On the north side, hanging hooks of the pillars were silver. On the west side, there. You have 50 cubits. Went for the east side. The hangings were 50 cubits. Yada yada. Aaron, where are you, Aaron? Where are you? Where are you? Where did I last leave off? Oh, here it is. Okay. Verse 21. This is the inventory of the tabernacle of the testimony, which was counted according to the commandments of Moses, for the service of the Levites by the hand of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest. Son of Aaron the priest. Levites by the hand of Ithamar. Never knew about Ithamar. Son of Aaron the priest, Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord had commanded Moses. And with him was Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. Dan, that's where Samson's from. An engraver and designer, a weaver of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and of fine linen. All the gold that was used in all the work of the holy place. That is the gold of the offering. That is the gold of the offering was 29 talents and 730 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. According to this of the sanctuary. Okay, let's see. Of the sanctuary. On one side of the gate were with 10 pillars and their 10 sockets hooked bands. Dang it, where was I? Oh yeah. Is the gold, and the gold was used in all the work of the holy place. That is the gold of the offering was 29 talents and 730 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Okay, cool. And the silver from those who were out and the silver from those who were numbered of the congregation was 100 talents and 1,775 shekels. According to the shekel of the sanctuary, a bakah for each man, that is half a shekel, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, for everyone included in the numbering from 20 years old and above, for 603,550 men, and from the 100 talents of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary and the bases of the veil. 100 sockets from the 100 talents, 1 talent for each socket. Then from the 1,775 shekels he made hooks for the pillars, overlaid their capitals, and made bands for them. The offering of bronze was 70 talents and 2,400 shekels, and with it he made the socket for the door of the tabernacle of meeting, the bronze altar, the bronze grating for it, and all the utensils for the altar. The sockets for the court all around, the bases for the court gate, all the pegs for the tabernacle, and all the pegs for the court all around. Woo! Okay, let me get some drink. So that was chapter 38. Anyone else like to drink McFrappes when they're melted? It just tastes so good. I really don't like the ice. Yeah, I just leave it sitting on the counter for hours until it's fully melted. Well, at least I try to, but my impatience gets me. Ah, that's good. That's good. Ah, that's good. Mm-mm-mm. Ah, McFrappe. Melted McFrappes. That's what I'm talking about, people. Okay, let's do it. Let's see, let's see, let's see. What the? Okay, now, chapter 39. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Huh. Exodus is only 40 chapters. Wow. Crazy. Chapter 39. The sockets for the court all around, the bases for the court gate, all the pegs for the tabernacle, and all the pegs for the court all around. Okay, chapter 39. Of the blue, purple, and scarlet thread they made. Shoot. Of the blue, purple, and scarlet thread they made garments. Dang it. And scarlet thread they made garments of ministry for ministering in the holy place, and made the holy garments for Aaron as the Lord had commanded Moses. He made the ephod of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and of fine woven linen. And they beat the gold into thin sheets and cut it into threads to work it in with the blue, purple, and scarlet thread. And the fine linen into artistic designs. They made shoulder straps for it to couple it together. It was coupled together at its two edges, and the intricately woven band of his ephod that was on it was of the same workmanship, of woven of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and of fine woven linen, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And they set onyx stones enclosed in settings of gold. They were engraved as signets are engraved with the names of the sons of Israel. He put them on the shoulders of the ephod as memorial stones for the sons of Israel, as the Lord had commanded Moses. And he made the breastplate artistically woven like the workmanship of the ephod of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and of fine woven linen. They made the breastplate square by doubling it. A span was its length, and a span its width when doubled, and they set it in 4 rows of stones, a row with a sardius, a topaz, and an emerald was the first row. Crystal gems. The second row, a turquoise, a sapphire, and a diamond. The third row, adjacent, an agate, and an amethyst. Amethyst from Steven Universe. The fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. Steven Universe. They were enclosed in settings of gold in their mountings. There were 12 stones according to the names of the sons of Israel, according to their names, engraved like a signet, each one with its own name according to the 12 tribes. And they made claims for the breastplate at the ends, like braided cords of pure gold. They also made 2 settings of gold and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And they put the 2 braided chains of gold and the 2 rings on the ends of the breastplate. The 2 ends of the 2 braided chains they fastened in the 2 settings, and put them on the shoulder straps of the ephod in the front. And they made 2 rings of gold and put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate. On the edge of it, which was on the inward side of the ephod, they made 2 other gold rings and put them on the 2 shoulder straps underneath the ephod toward its front, right at the seam above the intricately woven band of the ephod, and they bound the breastplate by means of its rings to the rings of the ephod with a blue cord, so that it would be above the intricately woven band of the ephod, and that the breastplate would not come loose from the ephod, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Whew, I feel lighter. Okay. As the Lord had commanded Moses, he made the robe of the ephod of woven work, all of blue, and there was an opening in the middle of the robe, like the opening in a coat of mail, with the woven binding all around the opening so that it would not tear. They made on the hem of the robe pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet, and of fine woven linen, and they made bells of pure gold, and put the bells between the pomegranates on the hem of the robe all around between the pomegranates. A bell and a pomegranate, all around the hem of the robe to minister in, as the Lord had commanded Moses. They made tunics artistically woven of fine linen for Aaron and his sons, a turban of fine linen, exquisite hats of fine linen, short trousers of fine woven linen, and a sash of fine woven linen with blue, purple, and scarlet thread, made by a weaver, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Then they made the plate of the. Did you just say Wheels and Tanner?
Yeah. She said that you guys were at pickleball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was our last day. Then they made. And a sash, a turban of fine linen. They made tunics artistically woven of fine linen for Aaron and his sons, a turban of fine linen, exquisite hats of fine linen, short trousers of fine woven linen, and a sash of fine woven linen, with a blue, purple, and scarlet thread made by a weaver, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Then they made the plate of the holy crown of blue gold, and wrote on it an inscription like the engraving of a signet. Holiness to the Lord. And they tied it to a blue cord to fasten it above on the turban, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Thus all the work of the tabernacle of the tent of meeting was finished, and the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses. So they did, and they brought the tabernacle to Moses, the tent on all its furnishings, in its clasps, its boards, its bars, its pillars, and its sockets. The covering of ram skins dyed red, the covering of badger skins, and the veil of the covering, the ark of the testimony with its pole, and the mercy seat, the table, all its utensils, and the showbread, the pure gold lampstand with its lamps, the lamps set in order, all its utensils, and the oil for light, the gold altar, the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, the screen for the tabernacle door, the bronze altar, its grate of bronze, its poles, and all its utensils, the laver with its base, the hangings of the court, its pillars and its sockets, the screen for the court gate, its cords, and its pegs, all the utensils for the service of the tabernacle, for the tent of meeting, and the garments of ministry, to minister in the holy place, the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and his sons, garments to minister as priests, according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses. So the children of Israel did all the work. Then Moses looked over all the work, and indeed they had done it as the Lord had commanded, just so they had done it, and Moses blessed them. Whew. Okay. That was okay. Now all that's left is chapter 40, and then we're done with Exodus. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. And was there something else I need to do? Okay, let me see. What to do, 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 what to do. What else should I do? What else should I do? Might as well do the 6-pack. What to do, what to do, what to do. Undo the crunches. Might as well knock them out early. What to do, what to do. Be right back. Na 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 na. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah, actually, I think this way was better. This way you can see fully what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Oh, shoot, I almost forgot the mat. One of you actually gave me an idea to start using my mat. Said it would help my tailbone and neck from strain. Okay, let's see. First set of 30. One, first engaged core. Okay, core engaged. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, shoot, there's the bird. Whew. The burn means it's working. Okay. Okay. Whew, starting to get